Hello everybody, my name is Leather Jacket Guy and welcome back to another layout update. This month's is January. Now, I know it doesn't look like much has really happened on the layout, but it really hasn't. And I've mostly been constructing buildings. Obviously not the church there, that was there last time. Although I have been constructing what's going to be over there, and we'll get into that in a moment and a bit of the process of how I did it. Some things I want to talk about are, well, just some real changes as far as the plan goes, mainly being over there. So over in this corner, I originally planned for there to be more of like a mountain scene and kind of have this town be like it's in the more or less like a valley or part of a valley, and I'm not quite sure if I want to still do that. I'm still planning along the side there to have it ridge up to the wall so that it looks like that section is like it comes straight out of the side of the mountain or a valley or something and then comes forward down into the valley. As again, this town is supposed to be, well, not supposed to be, it's roughly based on the real life town of Medford, Oregon. And I think actually here it might be better to have a river starting roughly, we'll say there, and then kind of following the track line down and around through there, and all this will be picked up, and then having it basically follow the curve out to the end and then straight away about there, and then have a road bridge go over it, and this will kind of be like the main road out of town, more or less. Main road junction to go straight off to what you call it over there, like downtown. The ice house will still be here, and this will be like a little parking lot for it in there. I'm thinking that signal probably won't stay, but that's just kind of what I'm thinking right now, as I think, well, that might be the best course of action just to kind of help break up, you know, mountain, town. I'm not entirely sure, or what I could do is a bit of a compromise and still have like a smaller river go through, say roughly that wide, go through, and then still have this area start to ascend, like we're still kind of by the mountain, and then that would make the river that's over there make a bit more sense. Go and watch my last one to know what I'm talking about. And as far as that goes, one other change I am thinking of doing is right here as well. I'm thinking about replacing this 22-inch switch with a number 5 switch, I think it is, just so that the road here could be brought a bit closer to the station, although where it is right now does roughly give enough space for vehicles to park in front of the station. And I might also extend it to here, or actually what I was thinking, well, I'm not even sure what that is. What I was thinking was, move this for a second, was maybe having it so the station ends right there. I wanted to have a spout there, but what I'm actually thinking is maybe putting in a small freight depot here so you could have a little bit more shunting opportunities other than the lumber mill and the ice house. If you can hear wind outside or wind in the video, it's because it's outside. And having parking along here as well. I'm still not entirely sure, but if I were to put a number 5 here, it would only come out, I don't know, roughly to there. And then I could straighten it back out with a piece of flexi-track, or more than likely I'll just use another set piece like this. And then I can bring the ice house back, and then this entire road can move back a little bit. I think I would only gain maybe half an inch, but you never know, that might just be enough. Also, I have redone the town hall and that kind of area. I'm still thinking about having more or less a park here next to the grocery store, but I'm not entirely sure. I want to get a few more of the buildings here before I really start to set in stone certain things. Like Merchants Row, number 4, that'll probably stay there as like the shopping district. The row houses, more than likely that will stay. The street might actually be extended, and I'll push the row houses up to the end of that street. Dry cleaners, more than likely that'll stay. The used bookstores, more than likely they will stay there. Lee's, again, more than likely will stay there. I might add something behind the lumber yard, but I don't know yet, as, again, I don't quite know how this is all going to work, and I'm currently working on trying to find some HO scale trucks, whether they be trailered or, you know, the 1950s, I guess you call them stake bed ones. But that is essentially that, and let's go to what I've been working on over here. So this is what I have been working on. It is these post-1950s, post-war prefabricated houses. And as you can see, these ones are painted and are essentially ready to go. They just need a few more touch-up things put on, such as their stairs and stuff, which is in that little box there, and a few other little details, predominantly on these three, the tops of their chimneys. But building these was actually quite the fun process, and there's some very interesting things about them, which I will show you guys. Basically, if I just pull this one up here, painting the house was probably the easiest part, and I actually had my sister paint these and pick out the paint colors, as I would have pretty much just done all of them as a simple brown. But she actually picked out this nice light blue and this gray slate roof, which all of them might have this roof from now on. A very big contrast to this one right here, which is in a, I don't know, olive drab, baby barf green, something like that. And this one over here, which I was not convinced of the color until I saw the final product. And this is the only one that's been weathered so far, or has something that resembles a weathered roof and chimney. Yes, I do know that that is wrong, and that the black stuff should be much closer to the top, but we painted it before we put it together, so not the best choice. Anyway, with this one, like I said, I think this was actually the third one I built, and inside of them, if I can take the roof off without damaging it, come on. So here is what the inside of the houses look like. Basically, you get a selection of doors and windows you can use in a few different house fronts and rears, although you can technically use any of them as a front and any of them as a rear. Same with the sides, they are slightly different. But you actually cut out from a sheet of, I guess I'd call it thick paper, the windows. Or not the windows, sorry, the blinds on the inside of the windows, like you see here. And then it recommends gluing them, although it also says you can just use tape, and that's what me and my sister did, is we just used tape. Again, I had her pick all this stuff out, or otherwise I would have basically just done, you know, all of them in this gray, just because that's easiest, and I'm much more interested in the trains than I am the town. But yeah, these did not come out too bad, and building these was significantly easier than building that kit right there, which is just off to the right off camera. And I must say, I actually am excited to do more of these, as I have about 6 more to do. Although one thing I did notice kind of after they dried and were put together, you need to do thinner layers of paint, because you can see right here, especially, let's see, how can I show it best? I think that's about the best I can show it. There are some lighter spots, but when I take my hand away, they're a lot harder to see. So if you're going to paint these, do a bunch of thin layers, or really kind of glop the paint on there and then go in one direction. My sister kind of went up and down, left to right, in a bunch of different directions, because again, she paints things, so I just entrust her with this. And it didn't come out quite the best, but once it's on the train set, you would never notice it. And with its roof on, from this direct looking at it angle, again, you'd never notice it. And yes, I am aware that it comes up a little bit there. That's just something that can't be helped. Anyway, I actually really do like these house kits, and I can't wait to do the 6 or 7 more that I need to do for this train set. But with that wraps it up. Or did I forget something? Oh, right. The other kit that I talked about last time. Well, it probably won't surprise any of you. It's still not built. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and hopefully see me finish this layout before I have to move.